Hi, this is the man from Modesto. I want to bring to you 3 dreams about the last president of the United States. And this president should be the very next president we will have. I'm going to describe to you now the dream I had, and I'm also going to give you links on your right side of the screen to a vision by J.R. Nyquist and another vision by a man who had actually a series of dreams over several decades explaining to him that there would be only one last president and the history of the presidents during that time. So in the dream I had, there were 2 parts. This is the second part, and what I saw was a long chain of mountains, these black mountains that I've drawn here, and at the end there were 7 heads like this. This head appeared later, but when I saw these 7 heads, and each head, the mouth was wide open as far as it could go, and jammed into the mouth was a man. And in the dream I heard the names of the men. They were the Buddha, they were Lao Tzu, they were Confucius, and these others were also named, but I've forgotten their names. These names I was familiar with at the time. I lived in Philadelphia. These people's teachings were talked about. These other men were less popular, but they were, but I understood that they were philosophers whose works were written in books. So these men are kind of like teachers of ungodly material, or something that would lead you away from God, or else substitute from God. Because all of these heads of the dragons were working against God. That's what I understood. Then, or that's what I understand today. Then suddenly, this other head appears, and for some reason, I was completely amazed by the sudden appearance of this head. Because I understood that this is the 7-headed dragon of Satan. But when this 8th head appeared, I had never heard of the 8th head. In fact, you can only read about the 8th head in one place, and that's in the book of Revelation, as far as I know. So this 8th head appeared, I was completely amazed. And the 8th head began to speak, which the other ones weren't doing, because their mouths were jammed shut with these other Buddha and whoever. So this 8th head begins to speak, and which makes me feel kind of afraid. And he says, I have 3 who will serve me, 3 who will do my will. And then I noticed this really low tabletop right down here like this. I don't see any legs or anything, but I just see the top of the table. It's like a coffee table type with a low trim. And then I recognize this man, and it's Bill Clinton. I had this dream in about the 2nd year of Clinton's first term. So I recognize that this is Bill Clinton. So this is like 98 maybe. So here's Clinton, and I'm not able to see who these other men were, because actually in my angle in the dream, I could only see these men from like 3/4 view like that. I could just see their back shoulder, back of their head. I couldn't see their face. But this man I recognized as Clinton. Then this picture disappears from here, and instead I see 3 little short candles, less than an inch each, and they're burning. The wick is burning brightly, and a voice says, the time is very short. Then that picture goes away, and what I see instead is a man smoking a short cigar like this. He draws it, and he takes it away, and he's holding it at the very end. At the very end, like maybe the guys around the drum fire might hold their joint, you know, like so close to the end like this. You know, smoking, because it was very, very short, this cigar end. And then that man disappears, a second man appears, also smoking a cigar, very short. And then that man disappears, the third man appears, smoking a short cigar. And then when the third man disappears, the voice says again, the time is very short. So I understand that there will only be 2 presidents after Clinton. So now this is George W. Bush. So who is this? Who is this? We don't know. We don't know if he'll be elected, if he'll serve a full 8 years, if he'll serve 1 minute of his election. We don't know, but the time is very short. Okay, now again, there are 2 more people who have had visions that there would be only, that this would be a last president right here. Maybe even this guy, if you look at, I think Nyquist's vision, it's not clear if there will be 1 or 2 more. So I'm going to put links over there, and you can go look at those other dreams. I think it's important to understand the lateness of the hour. The hour is very late for us. We don't have any time to be flirting with temptation, to be flirting with sin. We have time to be seeking the Lord. and praying for our unsaved loved ones, and seeking to hear the voice of God in this hour, which really is going to require some regularity in prayer and also fasting. So this is a man from Modesto saying, with a very good reason, pray or be defeated.